Dynamite along.
All right, last one's moved up, riders. I've just
And now they're ready to be dispatched. First for the day. Racing slowly out, Seke from the inside. Walked out from gate one. Tavares led them early on and out very smartly as well. Pure Dynamite, Red Dirt Boy, Rewrite the Stars, and Seke is going to be back in some traffic early on. On its outside is Beret, and the last couple they included Poor Tweedy, who's back there in the field with the full bottle. Up nearing the corner with 500 left to travel, and they've raced away this pair in front, Tavares and Pure Dynamite. Tavares led by 3/4 to almost a length, Pure Dynamite. A further 3 ridden along to Red Dirt Boy, which is now strode up there into 3rd place, being followed by Beret, and Seke cutting the corner, sticking close towards the inside. Down to the 275, Tavares and Pure Dynamite, those still locked together. They're 2 or 3 in front, coming along to the 150. Pure Dynamite reaching the lead, gets the better of Tavares. Beret down the outside runs on. Seke doing nothing back near the fence, but Pure Dynamite returns in a blaze of glory. Pure Dynamite beat Tavares and Beret, 3rd and encouraging run, and they gap the others. Further back, Red Dirt Boy. Seke was an abject failure here at the shorts, followed then by Poor Tweedy, the full bottle, and tailed off a long last is Rewrite the Stars. Well, Pure Dynamite has won. Number 4, Pure Dynamite. Alfred Nobel, 3-year-old, trained by Neville Parnham, and locked horns with the speedy Tavares from the word go. Seke dawdled out, missed the kick, got back and didn't fire a shot. And if it was a blank. Never got warm at all in the run home, Seke, and Pure Dynamite has proven too good. Did all of the pounding work outside of Tavares, who had beat off an encouraging run by Beret, the helmet filly. She worked home well at the end of the 1,000 metres. Pure Dynamite, though, is owned by Nevin Carroll and Parnham, along with Paul Cook, also Bruce Williamson, Joan Parnham and K.R. Watson, D. Cant, C.D. Mueller, S. Green, K.J. Gordon, T. Morris and A. Sterling, M. Crane, M.J. Crane, L. Higgins and also Ms. R.J. Reardon and A.D. Crane, and Neville Parnham and Stephen Parnham combining. Second placing, 2-1 Tavares by Flying Pegasus from Clear the Decks, trained by Darren Taylor, ridden by Chloe Azapati, and 7 Beret, 3rd by Helmet from Irish Hut for Oakland Park and partners Adam Durant and Brodie Kirby. 2.5 lengths and a half a length are the margins there, and a time is still to be advised after the first. And favourite backers there starting the day disastrously. 190 into 170, back to 185 at the finish for the unplaced Seke. Race 2, the Tab Touch Better Your Bet handicap over 1,400. Number 1, That's Funny As, is the scratching out of the next on the card. All the riders there are as published in guides. 8, 6, 7 and 5 there. That was dominated by those leaders in the 1,000-metre race. I wonder how this is going to transpire race number 2. So we'll go 8, 6, 7, 5, and we're watching as well on the 9, Hardly Quiet. As we prepare to see them come back to the yard, let's go down now to the enclosure and catch up with Britt Taylor.
Thanks very much, Darren. I've got Neville Parnham with me, and Neville, this is a horse that showed a bit of promise earlier in the year, probably failed in the big one, but is it a horse that you came here today thinking would show this today?
Yeah, he trialled really well at Pinjarra, just a 600-metre trial last week, and he's always shown good ability, and yeah, we're quite confident that he could come here and perform very well today.
Did you expect him to be prominent in the run, sitting outside the leader?
Stephen did, yeah. He was quite confident. He said he jumps and runs a bit, and he said if I can cross them, I will. And they sort of probably didn't all jump together, and which gave him the and he jumped really quick, so that gave him the opportunity to, you know, sit outside Tavares, which sort of brought him all the way into the 200-metre mark, but he let down really well.
He seemed very professional in everything that he did today. Is that what he shows you behind the scenes, just a professional galloper?
Yeah, he has been. You know, like he's half brother to Turbo Power, and I sort of looked at him at the sales, but and he wasn't, you know, well looked at, I guess. Alfred Nobel wasn't attracting a lot of attention that year, but I just watched the race with a very astute judge who told me I should keep buying him. That was Louis Luciani, who purchased the stallion. So. Yeah, we were he is very professional, and we did expect him to sort of let down good at the end, but, you know, he won really well, and I think he's a future for him.
Nothing like a bit of self-interest from Lou there, trying to get you to buy a few more Alfred Nobels. What about in the next? Well represented with KC, also Major Mitchell. Is KC the better of the two?
Look, KC's a nice run first up, showing plenty of promise. I tossed around whether to put the blinkers on her first up, and after the race I wished I had her. She was a bit green and sort of sucking out of it in between horses, so I think the addition of blinkers will certainly make her race a little bit more prominent, but she's a really nice horse who can go places, I think.
Well, we might be speaking to you in the winner's circle in not too long at all. Good luck for the next, and well done on this one.
You never know. Thank you. Yeah.
Neville Parnham, winning trainer, as the horse Beret just making a bit of a ruckus behind us as they try to take the saddle off. Did mention that it could be a little bit hot, the filly, and is just showing that behind us now. But at the moment, Steve Parnham, congratulations on the win, and really professional looking win, jumped very cleanly.
Yeah, that was nice to see. He's obviously had a 2-year-old prep and gone up against some of the better ones, so he's been schooled up all right and come back nice this prep.
Have you felt the improvement from that first prep? We showed nice promise early, but just having that break and coming back this time in, have you felt that improvement?
Yeah, mentally he's taken probably a little bit to get there from when his 2-year-old days, but he's certainly working a lot better and not being as lazy as he used to be, so things are getting there. And today he jumped and travelled really good, and he kicked away right to the finish, which is a good sign.
Your dad gave us a good push into KC in the next, a horse that he said was a bit green, was probably an understatement, seemed very green in the first run.
Yeah, it was. It drew wide and or drew middle and sort of got back a little bit and had to come wide and got a little bit lost out there on its own, but finished the race off good. It's drawn good today, so it should posse up just in the field, and hopefully it can go well.
Well done on this win. Hopefully we're speaking soon.
Thank you.
Stephen Parnham combines with his dad Neville to take out the first with Pure Dynamite.